my side every waking moment of my life. You got what I need. I'm thinking that there's no cool in this heat. Can't explain it all. Good love and just feels right. Oh baby, maybe you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. I'll take you higher than you've ever been till you're floating. Just taking a swim through the fire. The night will begin when we're golden, golden. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. You got what I need. I need you. I think that there's no cool in this heat. You know your body needs me too. Good love and just feels right. Oh baby, maybe you know what I mean. Come through. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. You got what I need. I need you back. Come through. You know your body needs me too. Good love and just feels right. Oh baby, maybe you know what I mean. Come through. Ooh, oh, oh, oh.
You are now being tuned in to the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. We rock it from here all the way out to the cosmos, and yes, maybe even out to the observable universe. Yes, you're listening to here live on Sunday Night Vibes, the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. Yeah, kicking it here live on this Sunday Night Vibes. We rocking from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe even in Antarctica. And if you're in Antarctica, just wondering, do you even listen to the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show? So if you haven't done so already, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to us on our other social media platforms. You can follow me on my YouTube channel and TikTok channel, both labeled the Coolly Cool Show. You can also follow me on my Twitter account at CoollyCool2412. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at Brent_the_champ. And if you miss any episodes here and you want to replay them, or you want to hear this amazing episode or other, you can also check us out on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Spreaker.com.
I'm gonna get started in just a couple of seconds, getting things set up.
You are now tuned in to the coolest of the cool, the Coolie Cool Show. We rock it all the way out to the cosmos, and yes, all the way out to the observable universe. Now, without further ado, your host that exhilarates nothing but absolute coolness. Your host, none other than Brent.
Yes. Yes. Welcome to the coolest of the cool, the Coolie Cool Show. Here live. Sunday Night Vibes. Yep. I got a vision. I got a vision, baby. You're listening here to Lakey Inspired Vision. Sunday Night Vibes is a little bit different feel that we normally have than on my other podcasts. Trying to get you kind of feeling good, feeling right for the upcoming and pending work week. So, just kind of mellow out to some smooth grooves. Let your mind take away. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk of lately. Tick-tock, tickety-tack, tickety-tick-tack. Yep, TikTok's CEO was up at the Capitol Hill this past week. They surely had a vision. So, it's a different feel, different vibe here on this Sunday Night Vibes. Yes. First of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here to the coolest of the cool, the Coolie Cool Show. Yeah. Definitely Sunday Night Vibes. If this is your first time tuning in to the coolest of the cool, the Coolie Cool Show, I'd like to say thank you. Make sure you follow and subscribe to me on my other social media platforms. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning into. Thank you to all my listeners, all two of you. So, Sunday Night Vibes is a little different feel. The beginning of this podcast, you heard Come Through by Ben Fox. And then just right now, you heard Visions by Lakey Inspired. So, like I said, Sunday Night Vibes is pretty much a recap of the past week that's happened. All the craziness, all the malarkey, all the consensual nonsense that was passed to us in the local media. So, just to recap, if you're not familiar already, that this past week, TikTok CEO went to Capitol Hill to talk in reference to, the U.S. senators and representatives want to have a conference meeting with the CEO of TikTok and let them know how they felt because they didn't like the content that's on TikTok. They felt that it's promoting certain irregularities, morally and ethically, and it's affecting our young minds, our youths of the nation. So they wanted to have a sit-down talk with the head honcho of TikTok and let them know how they felt about it and that they're not going to put up with it. So obviously, TikTok CEO representative, I forgot his name, Shou Chewy. I don't think I'm saying it right. Don't know. But he certainly came and talked, and he told his thoughts and what TikTok is at, where they're going, how they're going to help try to accommodate thoughts of those representatives up at the Capitol Hill, and about how they're going to try to do a lot of things and change things, and have done a lot of change. But if you're listening here to this podcast here on the Cool Show, I'm going to tell you everything that was said there is a bunch of just for show. Because when you get right down to it, it all boils down to money. It's the whole thing is the whole malarkey of this. It boils down to money, ladies and gentlemen. That money, that apparently the United States makes up a ton of TikTok's users. Apparently, the United States here alone has 160 million users that are on TikTok. And obviously, that generates into revenue, generates into money. And that money is a lot. And TikTok's getting paid off Americans, off that 160 million users. But America's pretty pissed off that we're not getting a large piece of the pie from that amount of users for here in our own home country. So they want a slice bigger than what we're getting. Because apparently TikTok is owned by a social multimedia platform called ByteDance. ByteDance, I believe I'm saying it right. ByteDance, that owns TikTok, and they're based out of Beijing, China. So you know where that leads into, that the money's being allocated to China. And the United States ain't having that. They like, you know what, China's getting a bigger piece of the pie? Oh, hell no. You better go ahead and make sure the U.S. gets a bigger piece of the pie. And once it gets all straightened out as far as the money and everything, you're not going to hear any more about the tick-tick-tick-tack and the whole thing about, it's promoting bad things and this and that. Nope, you're not going to hear anything about it. It's going to be resolved. The check will be bigger. You're not going to hear anything about it. I mean, it's the same way as far as with Instagram. I say it Instagram, not Instagram. Instagram, Twitter, Snappity Chat. They're based here in America, the headquarters, and their home here. American-owned business, and they make a lot of the revenue, and the revenue is dished out here in America. So, like I said, if you hadn't known already, this is the big ordeal. That's the realism. That's the realism talk. That is the realism talk. Okay? It's cut and dry. There's nothing hard about it. It's nothing you need to think extremely to study for an exam to know. It's common sense. Plain old common sense. Deals with money. Deals with large amounts of money. And that amount of money needs to be allocated to the right, appropriate individuals. Thus being the United States. God damn it. All right? Money needs to be going to us. We're running things, okay? We're a business. The best business to do business with. And that's the truth. And nothing but the goddamn truth. God bless America. So, that's where a lot of people kind of want to, look at the story, you said this and that. No, has nothing to do with that. Like I said, apparently I read on Space News, as I told in previous podcasts, that space News had did an article apparently saying that the White House proposes a 27.2 billion dollars to NASA. $27.2 billion proposed for the budget for NASA to give them money. Yes, it's proposed. But let alone we have a huge homeless problem. People, Americans here can't afford homes, and gas prices have gone up. Eggs, a couple months ago was extremely high. Regular food products were screaming high. But billions of dollars can be just allocated to NASA. But as far as the here home Americans here, they don't give a really rat's ass. Money's not being allocated to the appropriate funds where it needs to be, even though you would have some people that say, yes, it is. No, it is not. Like I said, I just pointed to you something very obvious about this, okay? Very, very obvious about this entirety of the whole situation. It's based about money. It's about more dollars in my bank account. That's what it's all about. That's what people want to talk about. Like, they don't want to say it because that doesn't look right. But they'll say it in a way where they'll kind of say, look at this, but we're really meaning this. Chingity chang with the money. Give us the money. It's like the line and Brad Pitt said in the movie Killing Me Softly. He said something about, something he's like, this will make me laugh. He's like, so fucking pay me. It's the honest truth, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many times I have to tell you about this on my podcast. People need to understand this. I mean, shit. It is completely crazy how many stories that they will spin to you and show to you just to not reveal their whole motives behind everything. Like, come on. Like, seriously. It's just, you gotta be able to sift through the, oh my fucking goodness. I'm looking at something now and I just looked at the web. This is the bullshit when I'm reading. I'm sorry. I don't touch. Oh, and by the way, like I said, and this is relates to what I'm just read right now, and I'm looking at it like, I'll be goddamned. And but like I said, two weeks ago, we were talking about an alien mothership that the Pentagon says could be hovering around or lurking around in our solar system. People up in arms. Oh my God, the aliens are coming down here. Oh, they're gonna be coming down, putting Noxzema on our booty. Oh, taking us up to the mothership, doing medical examinations. But all they apparently do is keep taking the prominent scholars, the people with money and wealth, because the aliens are biased. They don't want to take broke ass people. No, that doesn't serve a purpose. If aliens going to take somebody, they want to get paid. They don't want to get paid by somebody who ain't got the money. Then tell them about how they got, abducted. And they took them to the mothership. And while they were in the mothership, and then when the people come back down and they tell their exploits of being abducted by the alien mothership, that apparently they're going to have a book deal that has to come out to explain everything. And their book deal is going to be about $29.99. Okay. But don't worry about the price. It might be on discount if you go to my live show. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Shit like this is what I'm talking about. It's all fueled about money. And if you think what I'm saying here is just a joke, yeah, it sounds very fun and comical. But in reality, it's the truth. It's what tends to happen. Because people are corrupt. Mankind is corrupt. All right. I don't know any time period in history where mankind, human beings, haven't fucked some shit up because of their own fucking greed and their own fucking selfishness, because they need to get something that they need to acquire and they have their own agenda to fucking put a stamp on shit to make sure that they get their fucking shit out to the whole bunch of masses of people. All right. I've even broken down so far as long as to tell you from past previous podcasts that I've talked about. It was back in the early 90s, late 80s, where apparently a lot of people was believing individuals that, had psychic powers. And they were like, oh, well, I can make this move and I can do this. And they had preachers talking about, I can carry it from arthritis. I got you. Just go on it. And then, all said and done, these preachers were just taking prayer cards that was written out at the beginning of the sermon, and then they were being taken in the back and they were being read in audio fed back to the preacher who had an earpiece in, talking about, oh, this is such as blah blah blah. And people put their information down, and they're like, oh, call, is that you? Where are you at? And then they would go ahead and try to act like they knew what the person's problem was, even though they read the prayer card and whatever. And people would be deceived, but people would be so inclined to believe crazy shit. Like, it's getting insane, like really insane. Like, if you have a debate with somebody who is a science go lover, or who's a straight up hardcore, I'm into space and all this other shit. Like, let's put it this way. I'm into space. I think there is an outer space, but I don't believe everything that is out there in outer space. Like, I just heard they said they found another goddamn planet. Wow. They're like, apparently these planets just keep popping up everywhere. We have such powerful telescopes that they could fucking just see all types of shit, and these not astronauts, because they're not at fault for this, but these astronomers and these scientists said this planet might house lives, and it looks like it's housing methane gas and all this other bullshit, and might have, probably life on there, but we can't tell right now, but we're going to make a theory that it does, and we're coming up with equations to map. What the fuck? Like, I like I said, I heard it said found another fucking planet. I'm like, another fucking planet that's unobtainable, unobtainable, literally. And they're gonna try to make you believe that, oh, space travel is possible. We could travel the cosmos. We could travel from here to the other side of the observed universe. Through all the grains of sands, don't even make up as amount of fucking solar systems and planets and stars that are out there in galaxies. What? That sounds insane. Like, it literally sounds insane. Like, oh man. Like, and like I said, they have the Hubble telescope that's seeing all the way out there, all this, right? But if you happen to lose, I guess somebody takes your wallet and you want to review security camera, apparently we get a grainy fucking image that looks fucked up, or the system's down, it's not working. But these telescopes are able to discover new worlds, and to be, hey, they operate under a certain star system, and it looks like this, and then they put the pictures, it's colorful and has all the symmetry. I've already said it. The Hubble telescope cannot take color pictures of the universe. They make that shit up themselves. Now, I'm not saying whatever they're capturing might not be what it is, but I'm just saying they make all these pictures that look so cool or whatever. And it's like, wow, that's what the universe looks like. No, the fuck it doesn't. We make that shit. That shit is manufactured, okay? We make that up, all right? Because if like I just said a couple of minutes ago, we humans are fucking corrupted, okay? It's been that way ever since time, okay? It's corrupted by the greeds of people, mankind. If you want to go push it a little further back, think about this. Wasn't it that one of Jesus' disciples, he sold him out for some money? Right? So that should tell you right then and there, mankind is corrupt in order to feed their own agenda. Okay? I might ruffle little feathers by saying that, but it's in the Bible. It's there. It's patting out. Dude sold out Jesus Christ for money. Right? I'm telling you. This is, look at the way how things are taught and look at the way how things are put out. You have to have an open, clear mind about this. Okay? Like, trust me, how many times have you seen certain things happen? Or somebody says, oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you give me a couple minutes, but I will sing a whole dance, do all types of stuff. All right? It is what it is. This is what people do. People have hidden agendas. And the thing is, it's not always entirely bad. It's not always entirely bad. Sometimes people do it because they're at the ends. They need something. But then you saw some people who know the shit is wrong, but they do it the shit anyway because they themselves don't give a damn about anyone else. All right? They don't. They feel as though that what they're doing is probably, hey, it's about me getting my ends and fuck everybody else. Like I said, we have a ton of homeless problems going on along in this country. Prices and food and other things have gone up. But yet we just want to offer and give NASA $27.2 billion for next year. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. And I'm looking at here onto this where I kind of skewered off for a minute. This article on, I guess maybe might be piggybacking off something from maybe 2 weeks ago, but maybe you Yahoo didn't update it. I don't know. But it says alien mothership lurking in our solar system could be watching us with tiny probes, Pentagon officials suggest. So they're saying suggest. It's not true. So they want to get some hype and some hysteria surrounding this. Suggest. Okay? Suggest. Mean it's not true. They just kind of say, maybe, it could be, but I don't know. They just suggesting. It's not a fact. I already clearly said this before on my other previous podcast. I said, I saw a dust trail out there. I couldn't make what it was, but I could tell it was traveling through the sky. I couldn't make it what it was. To me, that was a UFO. And it was a UFO. It was an unidentified flying object traveling through the sky. With white dust clouds. Now, in all honesty, in all reality, you know what it was? It was more likely a fucking jet. A fighter jet. All right? That's what it was. They were doing probably maneuvers or whatever, and it's a jet. But guess what? Since I can't clearly define that, I can't clearly see exactly what it is, it's a UFO. And that is clearly what a lot of people probably have saw. Shit that they can't identify. So they call it a UFO. If you can't identify, it's a UFO. Okay? You see a bird way out there, hell, that's a UFO too. Can't identify what type of thing that is or what type of species. Might be bird, might be not. But all I know, it's a UFO because I can't clearly identify what the fuck it is. Do you not seeing the trap? Do you not seeing the mass deception? You're not seeing the grand illusion? The grand illusion exists. And it's a grand old stage. And we're nothing but people sitting in the freaking audience in the seats, looking up at the big screen, watching the massive show. It's not a small show. It's a massive show. And the show's going to be completely played for the end of time. All right? If you continue to keep letting it play, that man behind the curtain is going to be probably laughing at some point in time, if he's not already is laughing. But the massive show, the massive deception, the grand old stage of illusion is happening right in front of us and before us. But now they're going to do it in certain ways to where you're not going to be able to tell the difference at all. I mean, I saw this, matter of fact, we talk tic-tac, tickety-tack. I saw a video, and it was actually kind of eerie to find out how far we've came along as far as how AI, computer, technology, and things of that nature have come along. Like, I was watching this video, and the person was like, hey, do you see anything wrong with this video? And it had that eerie music to it, And I'm sitting there looking at it, and it was a bunch of people at a party. And it kept, kind of slideshowing to some other people that were obviously at this party, and they were joking, drinking, whatever, and having fun. And then it kept sliding. I was like, I know there's something's wrong. I was like, I mean, maybe they're too fucking happy in the fucking picture. I was like, it's looking a little bit too fucking sinister, whatever. And then as it kept going and sliding to more several pictures and pictures, I was like, this shit's looking scary as a motherfucker. It looked like people having fun, but something's not right. And I started looking at their hands, and their hands were a little bit off. And when I looked at it a little bit closer, and then when they revealed what was the issue with it, it was that those people in that party, in the pictures at the party, which was like several of them, people dancing, whatever, they weren't real people. None of the pictures in the images were of real people. That's how scary the shit was. It was a computerized makeup of an AI, literally down to the very detail. And the only thing, like I said, it stood out, was kind of weird, was the hands, the fingers. The hands and the fingers stood out because the fingers and hands had like at least 5 or 6 that you couldn't tell if you didn't look at it for a long time, kind of zoned in on it. But when looking at it, you're like, oh yeah, they kind of fucked up on the hands. But the pictures itself, the people in the pictures were AI imagery of people, of representative people. They made up an image of a people, different people, with hair color, eye color, nose, teeth. It was that down detailed. Like, if I showed it to you, you would not be able to tell the fucking difference. Now, is that not a grand, old, massive deception? It is. Because if they're able to do this, then how's it to know that anything and everything that we've seen right now, what can be trusted? What can be trusted? What is out there that suggests that, hey, this is true and it's not? Like I said, technology, it's a beautiful thing. It's an awesome thing. It moves us into different feats of areas that we never thought we could be. But at the same time, it is a very extremely scary one. Because if you cannot tell the difference between reality and one that they make up, then what is the truth? What is reality at this point in time? Like I said, I looked at this picture. It was a slideshow picture, and I couldn't tell the difference. It took me a second until I was like, there's something off, and I know something's off on it. But I'm like, these people are having fun. They're drinking at the party. They're having a good time, whatever. But I was like, something's really off on it. Couldn't tell. If you told me, oh, maybe this. But then when it was like, no, none of these people, this is AI generated. I'm telling you, it is scary. It is scary. And guess what? Technology's only getting better. And it's going to be to the point in time where you're not going to be able to tell the difference on what is reality. I've already told you, they have a thing called augmented contact lenses. Now, you could put it, now the thing is, check it out yourself. Go look at the web. Try looking at it for it. There's a thing where you could put a program, you put it, a contact lens with enough computer information that goes into a contact that you can put in your eye, that you yourself, it will be just like talking to Alexa. Talking to Alexa, talking to Google. And the imagery and everything will post up in your thing. You will be able to see things scroll down. You'll be almost like, what is it? Like Terminator. You'll see the little, instead of the red screen in your eye, you'll see everything in real time, but you'll be able to pull things up from your image in your eye on the contact lens, and you'll be able to see, oh, they're here. You'll be able to see that. They've already invented it. That's the sad part that many people probably don't know. They've already invented it. It's already been out for quite some time. So let's put it this way. If they've already invented it, what have they used it on today? Yes, what have they used it already on today? And this has not just been recently invented. This has been out for over about 10 years now. The stuff that they've already had that I'm just telling you that I've already knew they've already had for several years ago. But trust me, if they already have this technology out, you have to wonder what do what are they doing with that type of technology right now, and how is it being used right now? That is the overall question to a lot of things. Like I said, becomes a very kind of moot point sometimes, but it's a very serious one. As I said before, this goes back to a lot of things I've talked about. Everything's fueled on what? Money. Everything is. Everything is fueled on money. Mankind is corrupt, and corrupt by nature. It just is. Not to say that we can't turn, or we have people that are not, caring for them. We have tons of people that are caring for people. But at the same time, people's hidden agendas, especially with the scholarly of scholars, the upper echelon, the people that are secretly running the world, their agendas are a lot different than you and I's. They're a lot different. You have to understand that. And if you don't understand it, you're going to be lost in the sauce later on as things start to continue to get more wackadoodle. It is just, it's scary good, to be honest. It really is. It's scary good. I've already touched on the basis of that. People put an emphasis on money. That I got more money than you have. I gotta have this and that. And the value of gold and diamonds, and people I got the carat gold with all this and that. And we place so much value on that. We do. We place so much value on it. But if the end of the world type of situation were to happen that you see in movies and stuff like that, where the world goes to shit, guess what? The value of money serves no purpose at all. What is the value of money? Are you going to try to bribe a person? I'll give you $500. At the end of the world, the apocalypse has. The only thing that people are going to really care about is food, water, and shelter, and some type of weaponry to protect themselves, and some tools. Money isn't going to solve anything. What are they going to use it for? You're not going to be able to use the money. Especially the end of the world type stuff. The stuff we see in the movies serves no value, serves no purpose. Your skill, your knowledge is going to be paramount. But I said, even at the end of the world type of situation, who's being saved? Who is? Who's really being saved? It's a huge club. Just like Girl Carlton said. It's a huge club. And guess what? You ain't in it. So, we have banks that secretly run the world. We all know this. If you don't know it, I don't know where you've been hiding that. It's common nature to know this. You are required to know that the banks run the world. Okay, not saying anything about it, but you're required to know this. This is going to be on the exam. If you question it and you get it wrong, you fail automatically. Okay, you don't. If you question that the banks do not run the countries in the world, you fail and you go. You do not collect $200. Okay, you do not collect $200. Okay, so. There's just a lot of stuff out there that information wise that it's just I don't know. It's very absurd. If you sit back and you actually think about it, it is kind of almost shocking. Well, actually, it should be shocking. I'm still trying to read this whole thing with this oh my gosh, with this whole. And they keep going with these astronomer at Harvard. So I guess since he's at Harvard, he knows what the fuck's going on. About this alien spaceship. Go the fuck somewhere with that nonsense. They piss me off with this. Because alien mothership. And this picture they have, a rendition of an alien spaceship or maybe a probe. It looks like a fucking looks like the fucking spaceship is rusted. That's what it looks like. It looks like an alien spaceship is rusted. That, apparently this shit's been around for a while. And I guess the cosmic rays then got into the mothership. And, it just did. it begins to rust. That shit happens. It rust. So, yeah. Then again, it's fucking retarded. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. Like, literally. The nerve of these people. I don't know. I just try to make sure that everybody kind of understands what goes on and happens, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. If somebody says it is what it is, that means it is what it is. They don't give a fuck. So. Well, we've then come to another end to another amazing episode here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Cooley Cool Show here on Sunday Night Vibes. The work week is ahead of us. We're going to try to figure out what's going to be happening with a lot of the stuff that's coming out. What nonsense is going to be plagued in front of us. It's going to be a crazy one. But, yeah. So, if you haven't done so already, be sure to like and follow me and subscribe to me on my other social media platforms. You can follow me on my YouTube channel and TikTok channel, both labeled The Cooley Cool Show. You can also follow me on my Twitter account at CooleyCool2412. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at Brent the underscore the jam. Well, I think I said it right. Yeah. And if you're missing the episodes here, be sure to follow and listen to my other podcasts, previous ones, on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Spreaker.com. So, we rock it from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe even in Antarctica. So, and if you're in Antarctica and you're listening to the Coolest of the Cool, the Cooley Cool Show, you can tell the alien mothership and the aliens, I'm fucking watching y'all. Alright? I'm fucking watching you. Alright? God damn it. So, here on Sunday Night Vibes, we'll let you listen to some tunes. This one here is my own personal one that I made. So, it's called Cooley Cool's Piano Beat. So, they say we rock from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe in Antarctica. So, here live on the Coolest of the Cool, the Cooley Cool Show, with your host, Brent. Take care, and bye.